sorry about the way you can only see a sink right now. This video is going to be about how to clean and look after your extensions, and I'm trying to film it as best I can in my bathroom, and the camera is resting on the sink, so yeah, you can see everything. Okay, so I'm just trying to give you the best view. So the first thing I've done is I've filled up my sink here with sort of lukewarm water, so I'm just going to put a bit more in so you can actually see what's going on. So yeah, you just want it not hot, because obviously when you wash your own hair, hairdressers are always going on about how it's good to like seal the cuticle with cold water. So make sure that your extensions aren't really tangled up. So I've got this one here just to show you. It's not tangled at all. So I'm just going to put it into the sink. And then what I do is I take my shampoo. There you can see it's wet. I would actually do loads of them at a time, but I'm just showing you an example. Then I take my shampoo. You can really use any shampoo. I mean, if you're really worried about your extensions, you might want to use like baby shampoo. But this I'm using is just the James Brown volumizing shampoo. It's just what was in my shower. So and just squirt a little bit. Nearly run out. I just squirted a lot, so it really doesn't matter. Into the water that's in your sink, and then sort of swish it all around, a bit like when you're doing your washing up, except you're using shampoo. And then take the hair extension and just sort of run the shampoo through it. So it should get all nice and bubbly, just like your own normal hair. And whilst I'm here, I'm going to do it with the rest of my extensions. But I will just pause the video because it's going to be really boring for you to watch me do that with all of them. So once they're all washed in the way that I've done this one, they should still be all soapy, and I'll get back to you once I've done that and show you how to condition them. Now once I've done that to all my extensions, as you can see they've all been washed, they're all quite bubbly. Now what I'm going to do, just to make sure they're all clean, is hold them all in the same place at the top. You can see all the clips there, sorry about the view. I'm just going to dunk them all in the water, but with my hand on the clips, because I don't want to lose them under water and then go all tangled. So I'm just going to dunk them in the water so they're very, very wet, and then take a little bit more shampoo in my hand, just a tiny bit like that. And again, take them by the top and just run the shampoo down, sort of moving my fingers along so it gets, so I'm sure that they're all getting nice and washed. And the great thing about this is if you wear your extensions out and nights out and things like that, they can get a bit smelly. I always find when I come back from a night out, my extensions always stink of smoke, which isn't very nice. So this is just nice for making them smell fresh and just feel really brand new again. So that's the great thing about these extensions, they can be washed, and this shampoo I'm using smells gorgeous. So right, so once you've done all that, you need to rinse out the shampoo. So what I'm going to do is empty the sink. Just pull my thing up to pull the plug up. There we go. So wait for the sink to empty, and then just turning the tap on, I'm just going to hold the extensions under the tap. I'm really sorry for the view isn't that great, but it's really hard using a laptop to do this and my webcam. So what I'm doing now is I'm just rinsing out all the shampoo, getting rid of all the bubbles all the way down. Okay, once that's done, you should just have loads of really soggy extensions like that don't look too great. So placing the ends with all the clips on just hanging over the side of the sink. Now it's time to get your conditioner. And I'm using the same range, but I mean you can use really anything on your extensions that's meant for human hair. So just your own normal shampoo. I'm using again the James Brown volumizing conditioner. And depending on how many extensions you've got, I've got quite a lot. I mean, you have, just imagine it was your own hair. Obviously these extensions are a lot more than my own hair, so I would usually use about that much conditioner, so I'm using quite a bit. and just work it down the length of the extensions, so all the way along, and then just keep going up and down, making sure that they've all got quite a lot on. And this is just a perfect way to make them as good as new again, and really, really soft and gorgeous. So I might put a little bit more on, just because I want them to be, I'm not wearing my extensions for a while actually, just because I'm not really doing anything exciting, so I'm not wearing them for a little while. So next time I wear them, I want to put them in and they'll be lovely and good as new. So yeah, they're all covered in conditioner now, and now I'm just going to leave them for about 5 minutes, just to make sure that they get really, really nice and soft. So leave them for 5 minutes. Okay, so my extensions have been soaking with the conditioner on, so now it's time to rinse them, again just under the tap. But this is obviously the final rinse, so it's really important to make sure that there's no shampoo or conditioner left, because these are just like human hair. I mean, if they have shampoo and conditioner left in, they might not style very nicely, they might look a bit greasy, like it does when you leave your conditioner in your own hair. So I'm just rinsing it out. Like so. Separate the chunks and just check that there's nothing left in there. Already they're starting to feel really silky, just like when you do it to your own hair, and your hair feels lovely after you finish it. These are just the same. So, okay, that's the washing over and done. Now the next thing to do is take a towel. Now all I've done is I've just put a towel out on my carpet and laid my clean extensions on the towel so that the carpet doesn't get all dirty. Sorry about my slippers and my horrible fake handbags. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just try and separate the extensions out, so that they're not in one big chunk and they're just a little bit more spread out. And what you might notice is that the tops of the extensions are still dry, which isn't a problem, because I find my main issue with my extensions is when they need to be washed is one, they can get a bit smelly, just like your own hair if you didn't wash it, and two, it's just the ends and the lengths of the extensions start to look a bit sort of ratty and just like they need a good looking after. So you can just spread them out a little bit, just so they're not all in one big chunk, and so that you can get to them all equally. So there we go, mine is sort of spread out and I can see all the lengths of them. And now it's time to use your product. Now the great thing about these extensions, because they're human hair extensions, you don't need to use any specific products on them. I'm just using products that I use on my own hair all the time. So what I'm going to do is I like to rub like a cream on them to make them nice and glossy. I'm just using this Naked Style Miracle Worker leave-in conditioner, but you can use any, I mean there's so many like frizzies and stuff like that. So I'm just taking a tiny amount and I'm just going to rub it between my hands and then literally rub it down the extensions like that, so that all the lengths of them have a nice amount of conditioner on them. So you can do this if you want to. You can take each extension at a time and work it down them, but it's really easy if you just lay them all out and just try and get it on them like that. It doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be even. They're going to make, the fact that you've even washed them, it's going to make such a difference to them, even if you don't bother with all this treatment afterwards. And I also put another little bit of extra something on the ends, because I just find it makes them so soft and silky and literally like they're brand new. So I'm using this Redken Extreme Cat protein restructuring treatment for distressed hair. And it's so good. I mean, I think you can get it online a lot. Some hair salons do it. So I'm just going to spray this all over them, like that. And then leave them to dry naturally. The one thing is, if you need them urgently and you want to wash them, you can blow dry them. But I find when I leave my own hair to dry naturally, it's always in better condition than if I blow dry it. So I'm going to leave them to dry naturally. I think they take about a day to dry actually. So I'll leave them about a day and then straighten them as usual, brush them. You can brush them through when they're wet, but I mean, I think it's easier to brush them through when they're dry. And then, yeah, just leave them to dry and they'll be good as new. So you can make your extensions last so long from doing it this way. So thanks for watching. I hope that helped.